Robin Williams's Jumanji co-star shared emotional stories about the actor and his memorable advice. If you grew up in the 90s, you were a Robin Williams fan, there was no two ways about it. He was in so many classic childhood films, Mrs. Doubtfire, Jumanji and Aladdin among others. And his young co-stars cared about him just as much as his audience did, as this story from the set of Jumanji proves. There's a famous Hollywood saying that goes, "Never work with children or animals." Well, Jumanji had both. It wasn't an easy movie to make. CGI existed at the time the movie was made, but it wasn't fine-tuned the way it is now. So lots of the special effects were made with machines or puppets. But the scenes that did use CGI were very hard to shoot. Williams is on record as saying he found it difficult doing those parts of the movie, and he wasn't the only one. It all paid off in the end. For years, untrue rumors persisted that a real animal had been killed on the set, but it wasn't easy. And there were times when the grueling filming schedule became frustrating. During an interview with the Jumanji cast for the New York Times newspaper in 2017, actor Jonathan Hyde admitted, "It was a strange shoot. We were in Vancouver through the winter. It's a wet, cold city. For 5 months, that became a bit of a drag." It would probably have been even more of a drag if Robin Williams hadn't been there, but he very nearly wasn't. When originally given the script for the movie, he said no. But the studio wouldn't go ahead without him. The writers frantically retooled the script and presented him with a new version, and that time he said yes. Williams was the one who kept the cast and crew entertained through the extended and tiresome hours of making the film. He had a big impact on everyone, especially his young and inexperienced co-star Bradley Pierce. And even though Williams passed away in 2014, his legacy of professionalism and kindness lives on. By the time Williams hopped onto the production of Jumanji, he was already a household name, and for good reason. His performance as the alien Mork on the show Mork and Mindy had made him famous, and he simply went from there. Fast forward to 1988, and he had an Oscar nomination for the film Good Morning Vietnam. But Williams was especially beloved by children. He was very good with them. He was a father himself, of course. By the time Jumanji was filming, he was a dad of 3, these being Zachary, Zelda and Cody. They were very close to their father and still speak today of all the positive impact he had on their lives. And it seems all the child actors Williams worked with loved him. Mara Wilson starred alongside him in the movie Mrs. Doubtfire, playing his on-screen daughter, when she was only 5 years of age. And she talked to the Evoke website in 2020 about how glad she was to have met him. Wilson told the site, "I consider myself very lucky to have known Robin because he was such a kind and wonderful man. I have worked with some actors who were not that great to work with, but I also worked with a lot of really wonderful ones." At 5 years old, she knew Williams only as the voice of the genie from Aladdin. The actress went on, "Robin was very quiet and shy, but he was someone who gave children their full attention. Some of it was he just wanted to make people laugh, and he wanted to make kids laugh especially, and he would make little hand puppets that talked to each other and to us, and we would laugh at that, but he took us seriously too." Dante Bosco from Hook was another child actor who adored Williams. After Williams's death, he wrote a tribute to him on the entertainment website HuffPost and said, "Although working with him changed my life, in truth, he impacted me several years before when Dead Poets Society became one of my favorite films and really got me interested in poetry. I later became a poet." Bosco added, "I was lucky to work with him as an actor and witness firsthand the magic of what made him a legend, the wit and otherworldly improv skills, as well as see him single-handedly put the morale of a movie set, easily hundreds of people, on his shoulders and kept everyone laughing as they worked long hours for what seemed like months on end." Williams improving the morale of everyone around him was a running theme in the tributes paid after his death. Actor Ben Stiller said in a statement, "His kindness and generosity is what I think of. How kind he was to anyone who wanted to connect with him. And he could not help but be funny all the time. He would do something as long as it would keep you laughing. He made many film crews laugh out loud before the audiences ever saw it." And this was very much the case on the set of Jumanji as well. In the cast interview for the New York Times, Jonathan Hyde remembered, "Every Monday night, Robin went to a comedy club in Vancouver and did an hour and a half of improv with the locals, then another hour and a half of solo stand-up, 3 hours of burning off excess steam. He was glorious.